What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. This is actually going to be the final video inside of my old LEGO room setup, and I'm getting kind of sentimental seeing just all of the emptiness over here, even though there's definitely still a lot more stuff in here. It's definitely a lot less full than it has been before. Just seeing all the empty floor space where all the boxes have now been moved, my TV stand being gone, it just kind of feels weird. It's time to move on, I guess. And unfortunately, I didn't really have space for the Grand Emporium or the Palace Cinema, so I am going to have to leave those guys behind, unfortunately. So I'm a little upset about that, but probably for the best, as they are some of my more rare sets. And here, I guess, is just one final look at everything. I guess my LEGO Modular City will be more complete now, so I guess next time I visit home I'll have to reset that up, and I guess I'll make a video on that. But it's gonna be sad to leave behind some of the sets that I really liked building and admiring, like the UCS LEGO Star Wars sets and most of my LEGO Star Wars collection, and a lot of my LEGO Superhero collection, as my new apartment is definitely not going to be the same kind of scale as this guy for displaying LEGO sets. I've got a few other kind of bags and stuff that I've got to bring to my car, but then we're essentially all moved out. And here's, I guess, one last look at Ruby. So peace out, Ruby, before we head on over to my college apartment. And as we can see here, my car is just packed all the way to the top, but it's packed so I can actually see out of my rear window, which is good, but pretty full, so lots of stuff to unpack. So I guess it is time to go ahead and hit the road, and here is just one final look at everything. We made a lot of great videos and memories in this LEGO room, so it'll be sad to leave it all behind, but I mean, you have to move on eventually. And so now I didn't really get to take any pictures or videos of the apartment before I moved in, just because of how overwhelming it was, but here it is now complete. So I know that photo really wasn't the best, but you can see it definitely does look a lot different in this new setup. I actually finally finished moving in. I want to say I'm recording this on Monday, and I finished doing this on Friday, so it took me about the entire week to get everything all moved in, because it was very overwhelming just being in a new city for the first time. Definitely was not easy. So I'm happy everything's set up now, so that I get to show you guys the tour, even if it is a week later. I definitely had to take my time on this one just because there was so much going on all at once for first week of classes and everything. But I think everything looks pretty good. I'm really happy with how it all came together. There's definitely not as many Legos around, which is kind of unfortunate, but we might change that eventually. But there is this cool Lego Spider-Man poster that I got as a VIP reward forever ago and just like never displayed. And then we've got my closet, which has just clothes, dryer rack, nothing too crazy in here. My hamper, we've got like some dressers inside of here, my shoes and some cleaning supplies, and just like extra blankets and towels and like a duster over here too, washcloths, all that good stuff. So nothing too crazy, but like, you know, part of the tour, so might as well highlight it, I guess. And so here's what, it's actually a pretty big closet, so if I really wanted to I could put a Lego shelf in there, but I probably won't. And then we've got my posters that I was really excited to hang up. I hadn't had these guys for like several months, and they're all just sitting in the basement of the old setup, so I'm glad I'm finally able to display those. And then I actually got this poster downtown this week, which is pretty cool. And then we've got a few other posters above my bed, which I really like. I really like the one that says break on through to the other side. And then we've got my nightstand, which is pretty much the same as it was before. We've got the duck lamp and a pumpkin my mom bought me, and then we've got the Lego Nintendo stuff over here, so that's stayed the same. So it's nice to kind of bring a little, I guess, slice of home with me. Like, this is quite literally the exact same setup, so nothing new here, just entirely new location, but I think it looks pretty good. Maybe I'll be able to fit the Zelda set in here, but I don't really know how I would make that work, so probably not, but it'd be cool if I could. We've also got this Lego blanket that I've had in my old setup for forever, I feel like. And here is my bed. Over here I've got the bed sheets and everything, and my headphones are also just chilling over there, but about this a little smaller than my bed at home, unfortunately, but oh well. And then here's the part I guess we all actually care about, my new Lego setup, which is identical to what I showed off last week with just a few changes, and now it's actually in the new setup now. So we've got Gringotts Bank with all the minifigures posed. It took me forever to put the minifigures on here just because I was so lazy to do that. We've got the Ukrainian Iron Belly at the very top over here, and then of course it is right next to the Weasley's Wizard Weaves, which is the only part of Diagon Alley that I had space for and that I wanted to bring over. It was between this and Ollivander's, and I think the Weasley Wizard shop is definitely a bit more iconic, stands out, and I think it pairs nicely with the Gringotts Bank, so I'm happy with that. We've got some minifigures posed around it too, as well as the Welcome to Diagon Alley plaque that of course comes with the Diagon Alley set, and we've got the Thestral carriage that I got around this time last year. I want to say maybe it was like October, I want to say, for Halloween. And then below it we've of course got the second half of the Gringotts Bank, which is of course the mines and the actual vaults, and we've got Harry and I think in his grip hook on the cart down there, and then we have the Monster Fighters Haunted House display over here, which also looks pretty cool. I've displayed a lot of the Monster Fighters minifigures with it. Again, that took me forever to actually break the minifigures out and decide to display them on the set, but now that they are here, I think it looks really nice, and I'm very happy with the display. And then below this shelf, we have the Mos Eisley Cantina, and I think this is slightly different from the setup that I had at home when I was trying to see if I had space for any of the sets, and I think it looks pretty good. We've got a lot going on here. I like having the land speeder over here too, and the little shop in the background, and all of the minifigures kind of displayed around here I think look really cool. And then below it we've got some more of the kind of moisture evaporators, and then we've got the dewback, and then they don't really fit next to the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, but with such limited space you kind of do what you can. And so here's the Ecto 1, which I think looks pretty cool. Happy to bring that along. And we've also got the Stranger Things Upside Down and the 11 and Demogorgon brickheads, and I like this display a lot. This one actually broke in the moving process, so I had to fix it, but now it's all fixed up, but we've got some empty space next to it, so I think I might buy a Lego set down here eventually and put that over there. And then at the very bottom, we of course have R2-D2 and BD1, and I think these guys look really cool next to each other, and we've got just the rest of the Cantina display just kind of shoved over here just because I was like, I don't really know where to put it, and it's Star Wars, so let's put it with the other Star Wars stuff, though I'm not very happy with that bottom shelf, so we might tweak it a little bit, but that's the majority of the Lego display. We've got a few other Lego sets that I did bring along too, and those are on my kind of record/media table setup over here, which I was really excited to set up for school because I didn't have space in my old setup. And over here we've got my records on the bottom half, so if you guys are also into collecting vinyl, definitely let me know down in the comments. But anyway, on to the stuff we actually care about. We've got the Lego Beatles Yellow Submarine, as well as the box in the background, and this Yellow Submarine lunchbox that I got at a thrift store back home over the summer. And then we've also got the T2 camper van, as well as the surfboard, and I thought that fit pretty well with the vibe I was going for. It looks really nice next to the Yellow Submarine, and I think it completes the setup a lot, I think. So I'm very happy with that. Was really excited to bring those Lego sets over. And then for now, I've got my microphone and my headset for recording videos over here, and then we've got my record display over here with my record player, as well as my now playing thing. And then we've also, of course, got this blue saxophone lamp that I wanted to put in the old setup, but just couldn't really find the space for it. And then we've got my Xbox over here that I don't even know if I'll really unpack it or not. We'll kind of just leave it over here for now. But then we've got this Rolling Stones poster, and then I've got some vinyls on the wall, some of my favorite albums that I have in my collection, lots of Beatles and kind of solo Beatles stuff. And then we've got some other cool things like Hall & Oates, and then we've also got this Beatles puzzle that I finished right before I moved out, and I'm happy to finally hang that up. We've got some Beatles posters, and then you can also see this Doors Morrison Hotel album, and then we of course have some more on this side of the wall too, with some Billy Joel, Bob Dylan, Elton John, a bunch of other good albums too. If you recognize any of these guys, definitely let me know. And then we've got my Funko Pop display on my desk, but I think I'm going to move this because I'm kind of annoyed with how small my desk is, and I was trying to like put my computer up against the wall, and I just kept ramming into the Funko Pops. But we've got a few on the windowsill, which is honestly where I might move the rest of the Funko Pops over. And then we've got the Beatles Abbey Road poster over here, as well as my TV, and we've got two windows, which are pretty cool. I like having my bed facing the windows so that some light gets in the morning to wake me up, I guess. And we've got my Amiibos, my Wii games, and my Switch collection. Everything's the same here, except I don't have the Office Lego set displayed over here. And of course we do have the other window with my two Funko Pops over here. So that's about everything for now with my new apartment tour. So I'm sorry I had to kind of delay it a week, but I just had way too much going on. So just being able to kind of realize that I didn't have time to fully move in and just slow down and take everything in was definitely the right decision to go by, as I feel like this is my first time moving away from home and going off to school that's not a community college, so it was a lot all at once, but I'm happy a week later we were able to deliver a nice little room tour, and I'm excited for some more YouTube videos in the future. I'm gonna try and do some more Lego videos, like where I'm actually adding to the collection, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. It'll probably mostly just be me giving my opinions on new LEGO releases and just ranking stuff like we've kind of seen in the past, but that's all for today. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for some new videos in the future. I'm really excited to see the direction that the channel goes in now that we've moved away from home and we kind of have this smaller setup here. So I'm really excited to see what the next couple months look like on the channel. But thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new around here, and that is all for today. Peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.